Shit.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm actually banned from running social media advertising, which is not ideal because I have to use my mum's account. But apart from that, I actually do know quite a lot about running social media advertising campaigns for bars, restaurants, cafes, and a lot of different types of venues in between. And in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about two types of campaigns that have generated over $100,000 each in direct correlated revenue, purely as a result of the ads that I'm going to share with you. And I want to break down why. Why are they so profitable, and what key characteristics make them profitable, and can you take these learnings and apply them to any advertising that you would run for your business in the future. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Daniel. I work with a lot of bars, restaurants, cafes, helping them grow the private function side of their business. We can't work with everybody, nor does everybody want to work with us. So these videos are to document some of the key golden nuggets or key learnings that we've learned over the years. So maybe you can take some of the things that we've learned, learn from some of the mistakes that we've made, apply them to your own business, and maybe you'll be able to grow and scale using this information. So the first type of social media ad that I wanted to talk about is the one that you'll be seeing on screen right now. And what you're going to notice is this is more of a birthday ad, meaning the goal of the ad is to generate more birthday party booking business for a bar or a restaurant. So these advertising campaigns are run on Instagram and Facebook, usually to people who work or live in the local area of the venue that we're running the ads for. And they're probably going to be targeting people aged 18 plus who are having a birthday in the coming weeks, because social media allows you to actually run targeted advertising to people who have an upcoming birthday. And one of the key terms and conditions of the ad, which you may or may not see above, is you can only redeem these offers dine-in. So these have to be dine-in bookings for people who have an upcoming birthday. And they usually have to be for bookings greater than 5 people, sometimes greater than 10 people. What that means is the value per closed piece of business that comes off the back of these ads is much more high ticket. Okay, so you close one deal, you generate at least minimum 5 people in your venue coming to eat and drink. This is a key difference, because if you're just running a normal offer on social media, redemptions of that offer usually only are accountable to one person. And one person's spending on average is never going to equate to the spending of 5 people dining in, eating and drinking. Hence, the way that you can have more high value offers and more high value advertising for a bar or a restaurant is to center your advertising around more high ticket sales. Okay, so that is the first overview, or the first ad that I wanted to break down. The second ad has some similar characteristics to the first, but it's probably scaled up a little bit more, and it's the one that you can see above now. So this ad is focusing on private function bookings. So this venue actually does private events. So if somebody wants to have a birthday party for 60 people, they can book an event off this ad. Okay, so they'll click on it, go through a process where they can make an inquiry, get on the phone with somebody in the business, discuss their event, and then turn that discussion or phone conversation into a booked function. And on average, booked functions might generate between $2,500 to $6,000 revenue. Okay, so if you compare the close of one booked private function off the back of this ad versus one new customer coming through the door, what one is going to be more valuable? Arguably, if you have minimum 60 people for a private function, arguably the private function advertising is going to be 60 times more powerful than an ad which's goal is to bring one new customer through the door, or one customer at a time. The commonality between both of these ads is their high ticket sales. Okay, that's the first thing. If you center your advertising strategy around selling high ticket, your cost to acquire a customer is much more easy to swallow, because the revenue generated is much higher. Okay, so that's probably the first thing. If you're going to run advertising around expensive stuff. It makes everything a little bit easier. One other thing to keep in mind is both of these birthday bookings and private function bookings usually involve drinking of alcohol. Alcohol is naturally a high margin product that you can sell in your bar or restaurant. And so if you can host drinking events for private function bookings or drinking birthday party bookings, naturally the spend per head is going to be higher and the margin of that spend is going to be more fruitful. So when you're thinking about some ads that you can run for your venue, I would say try make them high ticket sales and high margin by selling alcohol or making alcohol probably a key portion, not necessarily of the ad, but of the spend itself off the back of that ad. So just to give you some numbers to work with, on average for any birthday advertising we're going to run, we would spend about $8.50 per day, and then we get conversions for about $35. Okay, so we would actually generate one birthday booking for about $35 spend in ad spend. And these birthday bookings on average might spend $300. Okay, so you spend $35 in advertising, you generate $300 in revenue, you're looking at about an 8x return, which is quite nice, maybe more. So that's sort of some rough numbers around birthday advertising. For private function advertising, we would probably spend about $20 per day, and we on average would get a private function booked for maybe $300 to $500 in ad spend. Okay, and those on average would generate about a $3,000 revenue sale on average. So I hope all of this information made sense to somebody out there, and maybe you took some learnings out there, so you don't have to make a lot of the mistakes that we have in the past. If you do want to learn a little bit more about this topic, there should be a couple more videos above my head. Also, there's going to be a couple of links in the description below to join a Facebook group and maybe some other free resources which you might find interesting if you want to grow a private function or private event side of your hospitality business.